Hello everyone, welcome to video 2 of my Agentic AI series. Today we are going to discuss about tools. As we already know, tools are the basic building blocks for an agentic system. Not the model, not the prompt, only the tools. A vague tool description and the agent calls the wrong function at the wrong time. A sloppy input schema and it passes garbage arguments. This video is the one skill that sits underneath everything else in this series. So, we will learn how tools exactly work under the hood and how to design tools that the model can use reliably. So, without wasting time, let's get started. How tools use works mechanically we will understand in depth. So, your code basically writes send message and the tools. These are then sent to the LLM API. And in LLM API, the model reasons about which tool to call next. Now, your code, which is an agentic flow, it receives the response that stop reason is tool use and content is blocks where dot type equal to tool use. Then what happens is your code executes the tool locally and feed result back as role equal to user and tool result. Then model reads the result and continues. And when the stop reason is entered, it is done. In detail, we will understand each of this stop region. The stop region we are using here is tool use and enter. Everything else is either an error or a budget condition. So, what is the flow is the agentic system would check stop region before processing content. If response equal to response dot stop region equal to enter, then do something. If it is equal to tool use, then do something. But important thing here is the stop region. Then we have to filter content blocks where block dot type equal to tool use. So in case of tool use, what happens is tool result we just initialize, and then for each block in response content, if block type equal to tool use, we will tool results dot append, we will append type tool result. This is the tool use ID, and content is whenever my tool executor executes with this particular block, whatever is the content. And in the end, if message dot append, we will append the role equal to user and content equal to result of the tool, whatever we are constructing here. So what it does is it executes each tool, collect result as tool result dictionaries and as result as a new user message and call that model again. And then if multiple times it gets called and eventually it reaches to enter, then we will extract the text from the response. So we can receive multiple tool use block in one response, process them all before sending the next message. Now we will understand how do we design the tool description, right? Because this is the most important thing. Rule 1 is say when to use it, not what it does. So a bad design for a bad description for a tool would be gets order data. Good would be retrieve order details by order ID, use when the ticket mentions an order number or payment issue, return status item and customer ID. And rule 2 is describe the output format. So the model needs to know what it will receive back, so it can reason about the next step. Include the fields in the return value in the description. Rule 3 is distinguish overlapping tools explicitly. So if you have get order and get payment status, spell out which to call first. Ambiguous description can cause the model to pick the wrong tool. We will see this in detail again. This is a tool input schema design I will show you. So send email tool is a tool. Here the name is send email and description as we saw, send a templated email to a customer, use after confirming customer ID from get customer, return sent on success. And the input schema would be type equal to object and properties everything we are writing, and template also we are writing everything in detail. So we have to take care of some things like make fields as required if the model always supply them. Here we have a required field, customer ID and template. Use enum for fields with a known set of values and add description to every property. The model then reads them. Here one anti-pattern is never use a single param string field and expect the model to format it correctly. We have to define each parameter explicitly as we are defining in this example. Now error handling in the tool executors, right? Let's say we are getting any error while executing the tool, but we should always return a string, never throw anything so that the system agentic system blocks. If you throw, the agent loop dies. If you return error, the model can read it and decide whether to retry or try another tool or escalate. So what we have to do is we have to wrap all the tool logic in try catch. So here the execute block, everything is there in the try catch block, and return descriptive error strings on failure. So we are returning description error string for that particular tool. And what is the design rule we should follow here is that errors are data, so we have to return them in string and let the model reason about them. Now what are the three things we have to understand and keep in mind while designing a tool is that the cycle of that tool use is tool use, then execute, then feed the result back, then repeat until the end turn, as we saw earlier. So two stop region, one loop, that's the entire mechanical model. Second is the description quality is the biggest lever. We have to tell the model when to use each tool, what it returns and how it differs from similar tools. The more vague we put at the descriptions, it will call the wrong tool. Third is always return errors and string, never throw. The agent loop can reason about a returned error and adapt, but an uncaught exception kills the run with no recovery. So these are the things we have to keep in mind while designing tools.